You know what? I've had that idea for a while, and it's tough to throw that video out when you're on a new team every year. So, first time that I've gotten the stability that I've been looking for, and obviously, um, a long time goal of mine to be in Toronto. So to be able to throw that video together was me and my buddy, and he did a great job with it. So, my idea, but he created it.
Okay, and very quick follow up. You touched on the stability aspect. You have moved around a lot to be in your hometown now for the foreseeable future. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's great. You know what? I think it's a blessing in disguise to have lots of opportunity to play around the league and play with lots of great teammates and learn from a lot of awesome coaches and staffs and so on. So you gain a lot of experience that way, I think, which is very valuable. And part of that of me bouncing around was always trying to end up here, and was lucky enough to get the opportunity last year and had a great time. Enjoyed every second of last year. Didn't end the way we wanted to, but was hoping to put my feet on the ground and stick around for a while. So appreciate the organization and everyone involved giving me the opportunity, and looking forward to it.
Next up, we'll go to Kevin McGran, Toronto Star. Go ahead, Kevin.
Max, congrats again. Just wonder, this is a crazy time of year for players, probably stressed with all the free agency and possible trades and stuff like that. Right, just as they're setting up this link, see that the Leafs have signed Chris Tanev. I wonder if you know what he's like as a player and a human being and stuff like that.
Danny's the man. I'm super pumped. Obviously, I'm in Italy right now, so I'm kind of unplugged from all the noise, luckily. But I knew obviously there was something going on there with as much as you guys did, and played with Tanny, won a gold medal with Tanny. Everyone knows how hard he is to play against and what a warrior and competitor he is. And also on the personal side, he's one of the better human beings I'll meet. Him and his brother are great dudes, and they're obviously from here, so I know they train up north with Robs and whatnot, and very tough to find anyone to say a bad word about Chris Tanev or his brother. So we're super lucky to have Tanny, and yeah, he's going to be a big part of this team for a long time, obviously, and a big part of our success. So really excited for him and his family too, because I know they've obviously went through the trade last year and what, but I'm sure he's super excited. So really pumped for him.
Thanks a lot, Max.
Next up, we'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Max, now that Tanev's in the fold, and you mentioned, last year you would have liked to play longer with this group, but you saw the potential there. How would you, describe what you see as the potential moving forward with this group in Toronto?
Yeah, you know what? That's the reason why I signed here. Obviously it's my hometown, wanted to be here, and had a dream of winning a Stanley Cup from as long as I can remember, being 2 years old, whenever I started playing hockey, and long before I knew anything about cashing a paycheck. So that dream hasn't changed. And whenever you had that dream, I was always wearing a Leaf jersey. So it's pretty fitting that I have a chance to play for the next handful of years. And I chose to be here. I want to be here. And I believe in this group. And obviously bringing a guy in like Chief and the staff that he's hired is super exciting for a player. And yeah, this group's hungry. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity to get started and can't wait.
You had waited a long time for the chance to play in Toronto. What did you like the most? What did you love the most about the experience last year?
It's home, man. I mean, there's nothing better than being home, right, around your family and stuff like that. But wearing that jersey is a huge privilege and a huge honor. Growing up as a huge fan, and around my dad and whatnot, carrying on that legacy that he started and created is something that means a lot to me. And like I said, it's an opportunity that um, it just worked out, and I was prepared to do whatever it took to make this thing work. And I'm really excited to be here.
We'll take two more here. We'll go to Luke Fox at Sportsnet. Go ahead, Luke.
Congratulations, Max.
Thanks, buddy.
You mentioned Berube. Just wondering what your initial thoughts were when Sheldon got let go, and your thoughts on Berube, how he's going to change the team, what your early conversations with him have been like.
Yeah, I wish Keith for the best. I only had him short amount of time, but good human being, and obviously a younger coach that is going to have a long career. So going to a really good team in Jersey, and I wish him nothing but the best. Appreciate everything he did for me personally, and obviously for our group as well. I know he was here for a while and put a lot of time and effort into it. So nothing but respect for Sheldon, and wish him and his family all the best. But no, I'm over the moon about about Chief. Obviously, a guy that played as long as he did in the era he did. That's the kind of person you want to learn from on a day-to-day basis. That's someone you look up to, and we're very lucky to have him. I've spent some time with him, obviously, and Rick Tocchet is someone that I've looked up to for a long time, and a guy that I learned a lot from, and kind of same sort of values as my dad has. So I've been learning from guys like that my whole life, and just super excited about the opportunity. I think I said it after the season is, or whenever they hired him, whether I was here or not, he's going to help this team get over the hump, and I'm looking forward to helping him do that. So really lucky to have him, and can't wait to get to work with him.
And how smooth was this process? How concerned were you that you might go to free agency, that you might have to consider leaving, or was it kind of never in doubt?
Not sure how I'm supposed to answer that, to be honest, because the business side of it, of course, there's always things that other opportunities and whatnot that I can't really talk to and speak on. But I'm where I want to be. I'm happy with how things went, and grateful for the opportunity that I've been given from the organization, Toronto Maple Leafs, and I'm just excited to get to work with my teammates, and I can't wait because we got to go win a Stanley Cup, and um, I'm sure everyone else was watching what Florida did, and if anything, that's gonna light a fire under you, and certainly did for me. So obviously looking forward to the next 2 months of training, but can't wait for training camp and then game one. Wish it was tomorrow, but that's part of it. Got to wait it out and just keep getting hungrier and hungrier. So looking forward to it.
Thanks.
And last one here, we'll go to Dave McCarthy, NHL.com. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey Max, good to see you, man. Congratulations. Just wondering what
Thanks, buddy.
just wondering what your dad's reaction was when you told him that you were going to be sticking around in Toronto for 4 years here.
Yeah, I think everyone in my family was a part of the whole process, right? And my mom, my sisters, and obviously my girlfriend and dad and so forth. A couple close friends that lean on a lot for these kind of decisions, and they're all super excited. They're super proud, and obviously to be home is something that they're all excited about too. Spending more time with them and being closer to each other is great. So yeah, everyone's excited, man.
Hey, Timothy, just a couple for you, if you don't mind. Just first off, how does it feel? And were you worried that this deal might not come together and you might have to go elsewhere?
Yeah, no, I feel good. Toronto was always, the place I wanted to be, and I'm happy we got it done. I don't think it was pretty easy. Easy talking with Toronto, so feels good. Good to have it done.
And about Sheldon, you played for Sheldon just about more than anybody else. Your thoughts on the coaching change about Sheldon and for Berube, what he might bring to you?
Yeah, no, first off with Sheldon, as you said, I basically played for him my whole time in Toronto with the Marlies, and I won with him with the Marlies, and then with the Leafs, and I got nothing but respect for him. Good person, good coach. Wish him nothing but the best. And with Craig, I'm excited to work with him and see what he can bring to us. Obviously, experienced coach and won the Stanley Cup before, so I'm sure he has some good stuff for us.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll go to Lance Hornby, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Lance.
Congrats, Timothy. Just wondered how you feel as a player that the Leafs drafted. There's lots of talk, obviously, through the years that Toronto has had their own defensemen tried to draft and try to develop. Where do you feel you are at your stage of development, especially coming into the new coach now?
Thanks first of all. And I feel good. I feel I took some big steps last year and kind of got derailed a little bit because of my injuries. Obviously a little bit unlucky with two kind of big ones that lost me some games, but I think I still took strides in my game offensively. Got some more responsibility and especially power play, and felt that I grew as a player. And I feel now working this summer trying to stay healthy for a full year and trying to look for a full season of hockey and develop that way.
Thank you very much.
And last one here, we'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Timothy, picking up on that, what do you see as the next step for you in your development? Where do you want to grow next season?
Uh, I've said this before, but kind of all areas of the game. As I said, I feel like I grew a little bit offensively last year. Took more responsibility offensively and maybe got a little bit sheltered defensively. I feel like I want to, kind of mix those two together, be it, a good two-way defenseman, be trusted in both offensive situations and defensive. So just trying to work on being a complete two-way defenseman is a focus for me.
The team also extended Max Domi. What impression did he make on you last season?
Great, such a great guy, good locker room guy, brings energy every day, makes people laugh. So super excited to have him back and to get to play some more hockey with him.
And one more here, we'll go to Luke Fox, Sportsnet. Go ahead, Luke.
Hey, Timothy, congrats. What's the biggest impact you think Chris Tanev's going to make on your blue line?
I think stability. I don't know him personally as a guy, but I've heard only good things about him. And obviously as a hockey player, he's known around the league as a good defensive defenseman. So I think that's probably what will bring the most is stability, and maybe as a guy like myself, kind of learn from him and kind of being a little bit as of a mentor, especially in defensive situations. So excited to be able to work with him too.
And just curious how closely you watched the rest of the playoffs, or if it was too painful, and what you guys might be able to learn from the Panthers.
I didn't get to watch much because of the time difference here. I follow the scores obviously and try to watch some weekend games, but just watching Florida when we played them during the regular season, I just feel like they were such a deep team. 4 good lines, 6 good defensive, or 3 good defensive pairings. So they found ways to win games throughout the whole year and brought that same mentality into the playoffs. I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Hey, Chris, welcome home, I guess. Can you talk about the aspect of, this was a team you watched growing up, you're from here, and Brad Treliving, all those things I'm sure factored into what's hopefully going to be a productive time here.
Yeah, obviously a team with elite talent, some of the best players in the world. And they've had a ton of regular season success, and it's been definitely been impressive watching their top end guys. So I mean, as far as I'm from here, I grew up here. I grew up in East York, so I'm a Toronto kid, and definitely excited to raise my family here. But and then working with Tree of Bobby, sorry, my son. Working with Tree, I worked with him for 3 years in Calgary, and he's a stand-up guy and really a good human. So I mean, that's and he wants to win just like I do. So I mean, there's a lot of similarities there.
Quick follow. How did the last couple of days come through? And once they traded for your rights, did you figure it was going to be inevitable?
Yeah, obviously stressful last few days for me. Once I think sort of didn't realize, or once realized it wasn't going to happen with Dallas, and Toronto was able to trade for my rights. It was I mean, I wouldn't say it was inevitable. I think my agent and Tree and Brandon and grinded over the last day and sort of figured out how we could make this work. Obviously super exciting for me to come home and play for a team that has so much history, so much expectation, and obviously winning in Toronto is everyone's ultimate goal.
Thank you very much. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll go to Kevin McGran, Toronto Star. Go ahead, Kevin.
Hey, Chris, the way you sacrifice your body to do anything you can to help your team win and to stop a scoring chance. That's hard to do, and you're described as one of the best at the league at doing it. Where does that drive, that sacrificial drive, come from? Have you always had that? Was that? Can you identify its roots in your play?
Oh, I just think always trying to win. I mean, I think I've had that in my life the whole time. I mean, I have two younger brothers. We grew up battling against each other. That's all we did. So, I mean, came home from school, played some kind of sport, hockey, basketball, soccer, wrestling, whatever it may be. We always wanted to win and kill each other. And I think that sort of came from that. And as I said before, I mean, winning is the ultimate goal, and that's what I try to do every game that I play.
Next up, we'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Chris, what has stood out the most to you about this Leafs team, watching and playing against them over the years?
Yeah, I mean, played against them a ton now over the last few years, and like I said before, there's some of the best players in the world on this team. You can go up and down the lineup, and there's elite talent everywhere. So just being able to join this group and try to be a piece to the puzzle is extremely exciting for my family and I.
What is your most vivid memory growing up in the Toronto market about hockey, the Leafs, whatever? What's the most vivid memory?
To be honest, growing up I wasn't a huge Leafs fan. I was a big Red Wings fan, but always paying attention and always loved hockey, just how passionate everyone is here. But I think Leaf Sens rivalries for me growing up were something that I was always tuned into, and just the passion, the excitement. Those playoff series were incredible and stuff that I'll always remember for sure.
Next up, we'll go to Luke Fox, Sportsnet. Go ahead, Luke.
Congratulations, Chris. Such a strong, deep run in Dallas. Why didn't you resign there?
Yeah, I just think cap constraints, one reason, family, another reason. I'm gonna have my second child on the way in a couple months, so being able to be close to home, being around grandparents is important. And then the main thing is I think this team is really good. They're, as I said, there's so many elite players here. It's not like I'm leaving Dallas to go to a team that hasn't been successful over the last number of years. There's a ton of elite talent here, and new coach coming in, Stanley Cup champion. He's going to bring a different aspect, different game style maybe to how we want to play here, and super excited for all of that.
And what do you think of the potential of perhaps partnering with a guy like Morgan Riley?
Yeah, I played with Mo at Worlds a few years back, and it was awesome playing with him. Great player, great person. So I think we got along well. Talked to him over the last sort of day and a half about his thoughts of playing with me and being a partner potentially with me, and I think that can potentially be a good fit for sure. As I said, he's one of those elite players that there's not many around in the game. So it's if that is the way coach and organization wants to go, I'd obviously be excited for that.
We'll take two more here. We'll go to Stephen Wino with Associated Press. Go
Hey,
ahead,
Chris,
Stephen.
congratulations on the next addition to your family. You mentioned obviously a lot of considerations when you make this move, state income tax in Texas and that sort of thing. I wonder kind of how much players consider that sort of thing, whether it's because you had the opportunity to do that, and kind of how big a consideration is that when you're making this choice?
Yeah, it's that stuff comes into play. Obviously, I mean, I can't thank Dallas enough for how they treated me. Jim, ownership, Jim Nill, the coaches were amazing. Pete, Naz, they welcomed me with open arms, and I really appreciated that a lot. It's just there was a few a few things that didn't work out. I mean, yeah, obviously you do have the lower state tax there, but I've played in Canada for 14 years. My family, I'm from here. My wife's family's from close to here. There's also a tax when you leave Canada to become a U.S. citizen. So there's a departure tax to leave Canada. So that plays a role into it coming, and family reasons, and then just coming to a good team is obviously a big part of that. So I mean, I didn't want to leave Dallas and go to a team that wasn't trying to win it, and that was a huge reason why this happened.
And last one here, we'll go to Dave McCarthy, NHL.com. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey Chris, congratulations, man! Remember you back from Markham Waxer's days. I'm interested in Craig Berube and how much you were able to talk to him throughout this process, and what you feel in terms of style that he might bring to this group moving forward.
Yeah, after Toronto trade for my rights, he reached out probably an hour or two later.
Just get to know him a little bit, and I mean he's a Stanley Cup winner. He has high expectations on his players. Something that both were very intriguing to me, and I think he wants to bring a philosophy and approach to the game that's suited to win hockey games, and that's extremely important to me as well.